What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Matt. I own a laser engraving business and I also do embroidering. I've been doing this since 2015 and I've just been adding on to my business more and more and more. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about DTF. Yep, you heard me right, DTF. I got into DTF because customers wanted to keep going through me, and once I got into DTF, I've been called one-stop shop. And it's been nice. I've picked up business a lot more now that I offered this, and I don't think people realize how much you can actually do when it's done right also. I'm going to show you and share with you today on the little things that I've done so far. So at first, when I got into this, I started out with the Amazon heat press. Pretty nice. It did really good for me. I'm not going to lie, it did its job. It worked well. But generally, when you start something out, what I notice is you start with something cheaper, something more affordable, and then you work your way up to something that's a lot nicer and more dependable. I am going to get a flare gun, I think, and I'm going to test this plate and see how this all goes. But I started out and I have to look back. It was 100 shirts for one company, and I did multiple shirts of like 20 at a time, and all in this. And it's worked good. It's worked great. And I have no complaints whatsoever. But I recently got into a couple bigger jobs, like schools and construction stuff, companies. And I knew I needed something a little better, and it would benefit me. So I upgraded. So I got the Heat Press Nation one. This is the Signature Pro, and it's got the release. So I'll show you. Turn it on. It won't be hot or anything, but it's got a 30-second release, so I can put the pressure down. You control your pressure by this knob, and it tells the gauge over here, so you know where you're at. But after the 30 seconds is up, or whatever seconds you have desired. The last job I did needed 30 seconds, so I'm going to show you. But once it's done, it has a electric magnet here, and it'll pop it up. So you got 3, 2, 1. So that's helped me tremendous because I can then go to the other part of the shop and I can run my other machines. And for those of you who don't know all what I have in here, I've got lasers over there and 2 embroidery machines over here. So busy. So this has helped quite a bit, and I'm glad I got it. I am not here to sell anything on anything or any, I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So this is what people don't realize what you can all do. I got into can coolers, and this is one that I have done. And you press it in there, and these things will stretch. They can pull. They won't fade. They're awesome. So I got into doing these. These have been selling really well for me. A lot of businesses like to take them and hand them out. Here was a shirt that this one is the 30 mark wash, and still looks good. You can stretch it. It's holding in there great. So no complaints whatsoever. Like I said, been doing it for a little while. Kept it on the secret side of things, I guess you could say, because I didn't really know a ton about it yet, and I was still learning. I've talked to a ton of people. I've read a bunch of stuff online, trying to get everything I can to know about these machines and the heat pressing of it and stuff. What I'm finding is a lot of people are doing it wrong. So if it's done right, it's not like a sticker feel. After you wash it a couple times, it's like it's in the material, and that's how it should be. You don't want a sticker feel. You don't want it to be glossy. You have to press it twice. Some people are trying to do it once. You need the 2 presses. So, and I press it pretty hard with this, and a lot harder than I did with my Amazon one, I tell you that. So the amount of things you can do with this is crazy. So DTF, a lot of people probably don't know this, but you can get the prints, and you can go into like wood, cardboard, or anything basically organic material. I know a lot of people that are doing some wood and they actually like it a lot. And it's like so they don't have to go get a UV printer. They can just use the DTF. I know some other people that have done with UV printers that print right onto it, and they do very well with those too. There's just unlimited amount of things you can do if you really just stop and think about it. Like if, for example, if you wanted to start doing hats, I cut the leather patch out, I engraved it, and then I sewed it on with the embroidery machine. Now, let's say you don't have an embroidery machine. Well, you can still do the leather patches. You can still press them on, heat press them on, and they'll work just fine. But you can also do, if you have a heat press and you have this going ready, you can always use DTF. You can get them too. You can press them on. So it's really opens the doors for a lot of you. And I think it's getting a bad rap because, like I said earlier, people aren't doing it right. I think if you take the time, sit down and do your homework, you'll do it right. If I get a bunch of likes, comments on this video, then I'll show you some tricks that I've learned across the way. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good thing or a fail? I'm telling you right now it's a good thing, so I guess I really don't care if it's a fail. Anything can be a fail if you don't put the right time and effort into it or do the right thing too, I guess. But like I did it. I did how many shirts with this? So it was over 200 shirts, I know that. And you can do it also to get started. So it's not the end of the world. This was a couple $100. This is a lot more. So you got to look at it that way. It's just to get your foot in the door and start. Same with these two machines over here. They got my foot in the door. They got me started. Eventually it's going to be an upgrade on those too. So same thing like with the lasers. When I got in, I got an eBay. It was back then there was no Amazon like lasers yet. It was just eBay, and it was just a big blue box, no name brand or nothing. And that was my first laser, and it got me going, and it got me to where I am today. So no regrets, not at all. So I hope this encourages you guys to get out, make some stuff, and make some money. Put a name up for yourself. Glad you guys see me again. Bye.